What is up guys, it's Ruben from where2.host, and today we'll be doing a shared web hosting review for ASmallOrange.com. We'll be going from sign up all the way through to getting our hosted website up and running. Let's do this. ASmallOrange, we land on their home page. We want their shared hosting options. Here we see their packages. They've got not one, not two or three, but 4 different packages to choose from, which is really nice, really customizable for whatever you need. The customizability is great. We probably only need the tiny. We won't need more than 5 gigabytes of bandwidth, nor will we need more than 500 megabytes of storage, and we're not going to have more than one domain. But the only difference between the small and the tiny, small allows for monthly payments while tiny does not. Tiny is still only about $35 a year, which is very cheap. It looks like their Christmas special allows for $3.75 per month, which is awesome. It will give us 5 gigabytes of storage, 50 gigabytes of bandwidth, one free .com domain included. I do believe the fine print says that this is only for 1 year. Afterwards, it probably goes to the regular $15 or something. We can have unlimited domains. We won't use it, but it can be there, and obviously the email and live chat support. We've chosen our hosting plan. I like the fact that they can they give you the option to change it afterwards. So possibly you start looking at the pricing and you're like, you know what, actually I wanted the medium, and it's only $8.33, so you know what, we can do it. That adds some nice features to it. Awesome feature they have is this little text here indicating to us when our plan will renew. The small feature, it's probably overlooked by most, but it's a very nice feature that adds a lot of feel to it. Next, moving on to the domain. I like to test domains. .com. Woohoo! Ours is available. What I do enjoy is that they don't just offer you different extensions. They do offer you different extensions, but they also include options like the TO would change to the numerical 2, or there's dashes, or whatever that may be. They're really trying to help you find the perfect domain for yourself, and that's really nice because they give you options, and it's once you can see all the different options, you think, oh, you know what, maybe the 2. Yeah, I like 2 test domains, I like that, and then you can go with that, which I find pretty awesome. We already have a domain, so we're going to go with that. One unfortunate downfall is that you cannot sign up with a subdomain directly. You have to use your domain, and then in the control panel you have to add your subdomain. It's a bit of an unfortunate feature. Billing information, this I will get back to later. They recommended add-ons, the additional features. We've got security at $20 a year. That's a pretty standard. That's about $1.67 a month. That's a pretty standard security billing. Site backup also $19.95 standard. We don't need it. We don't need site backup, nor do we need site security. The demo site, there's no valuable information, and if we lose whatever information we have there, then it's not the end of the world. Priority support. This is one feature that I believe is added more towards small businesses. If you're a regular user with just a blog at home or something, then $15 a month, it would be on the pricier side for priority support. We'll take a look at our review in our order, and we see that we've chosen the small package. It renews monthly, and it's $5. We've got our existing domain, which we do not have to pay for, and we've got our Christmas special coupon code here, and that gives us our 25% discount. So that all amounts now to $3.75. I agreed to the terms and conditions. I've already read it, but I do suggest to you guys that if you're also signing up, go read their terms and services. And then I'm going to place my order. I'll fill in my billing information, my account information, etc, etc, and then I'll bring you guys back to the control panel. Alright guys, I am back. It has actually been a day. What happened is after I signed up, I went to our server guy and I asked him to create the subdomain for ASmallOrange, and yeah, basically there were some issues with the DNS. So I contacted the ASmallOrange support, talked to them. I clicked the live chat thing, submitted my issue within about a minute, not even. I was in contact with someone, chatting. They explained what the issue was, where I should be pointing my DNS to actually, and after that I just had to wait for the DNS to propagate, and then we were a-okay. So for that, their support was really good, very quick, so that was pretty awesome, yeah. And now we can actually finally begin. So after you guys have signed up, this is the page where you land. It shows you all your products, all your services, your credit balance, quick links, etc, etc. We want to take a look at the package that we have now registered, and then we can start uploading and having some fun. So when you land here, you actually have a bunch of add-ons. I was playing around a bit, took a look at the Google AdWords, which is pretty cool. You get $100. This is for those who start up or only US server, people in the US. Yeah, there's some terms and conditions to it. There is some fine print. So I've just added the Google AdWords and Weebly. These are all free. We can actually take a look at the additional add-ons that you can have, which I really find very nice. The fact that you can add it on if you've got multiple websites, you can choose which one you'd like to add it on to. When I signed up, I wasn't sure if I needed the security or whatnot, but I actually realized, you know what, it's important, I need it. Then you can order it and add it on afterwards, which I think is brilliant. It's awesome. So I've now went and added Google AdWords and Weebly free just to play around with it. You see what your package is, the domain. You can actually go directly to your domain website. There's a quick link here, which is very nice. You've got a whole list of add-ons. These seem to be shortcuts. What I do, which is cool, can't imagine it would be exceptionally necessary, but it is pretty cool that you can, like, let's say for example I want to say info@whereto.host, and then I'll quickly add a password for it, and then I'm okay. And now I know I can create. There you go. The email has been successfully created. Easy peasy. We now take a look. I do enjoy the billing overview. That's quite nice because I was actually unaware that the $3.75 would not be reoccurring. I thought I was getting the deal for, you know, for however long I have this thing, but I guess not. Guess the next reoccurring amount is $5. Also, something I really appreciate is the hosting information. Here you can see which domain it's registered. You got your username, your server address, your IP address. I think this could be a bug, because normally you're looking for an IP address like this. I could be wrong. Luckily, you are able to just grab this and throw it into a find my IP address website, and then you can find the IP address for it. You've got your webmail and your cPanel login right here. So for a hosting overview, your hosting homepage in a way, it's very nice. You got some quick shortcuts to things that are used often, especially your file manager. That's one that a person tends to use quite a lot. They use cPanel. That's how everything is controlled. So next on the list would be to actually get a website up and running. So what we'd most likely do is go to our file manager. That's how we'd get our website up and running. We'd take our website files and upload them where they need be. Now I was already playing around with this a bit. As you can see, I've made my subdomain here ASmallOrange-demo. So I already have some stuff in here ready to go. I've already uploaded it, but I want to delete all of it. We're going to delete, and we are going to re-upload them. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can use your file manager, as seen here, or you can use an FTP using software such as FileZilla. One thing I noticed is you have to create your files beforehand. If you, for example, wanted to just quickly upload your index.html, so let's say for example I go and I grab my index.html here, then I can quickly upload that if it was just a small change. But if you were FTPing the entire, let's say it's like 3-4 folders, some pictures, etc., then I think the FTP would be better. And it's in. Take a look. There you go. We've got our index, we've got our CSS, and we've got our assets. We've got our favicon icons, and everything is all ready for our first iteration. So next, and here it will load up for the first time. There you go. We've got all our images. Got a bit of a slow initial load because obviously these were not cached, so it had to load it for the first time. We'll be doing some site testing, speed testing now, and then we'll see how it all performs. But by the looks of it, it's up, it's running, it's hosted, changes are made immediately, and that's brilliant. Now what I want to actually take a look at is ASmallOrange in itself. I don't want to focus too much on the actual hosting aspect because that's mostly used, that's cPanel. cPanel does all of that. I want to see more about them supplying me with the information I need to get my hosting up and running. For example, we want to set up a email address. Let's say it's info.com. I now know that it says email has been successfully created. Got info@where2.host, and I've got my password, and I know my server name, so therefore I can go, I'll be using em client. So we're going to set up a new client. I know it's pop, and as you can see right here we have our server name, so we know the incoming server, email address info@where2.host, password is the password I have specified, and there you go. Outgoing is the same, and there you go. It's going to quickly test it, and then everything has been set up. We can change the name to the information, and there we're done. Voila, our inbox has been set up. And that was pretty standard. All the information was given to us, and that was quite easy. Last but not least, we need to do a server test. So we need to test the speed. We're going to use GTmetrix and web page test. GTmetrix is kind of my preferable choice. They give you a very nice analysis on page speed, a whole bunch of different aspects to really make your website as fast as possible. I am aware that the imaging will definitely make it a lot slower because it's very large images that are being loaded. But what I'm curious to see is the second round, because the first round here, you see the first view takes 9.898 seconds. Whereas our repeated views only 0.244, and that will be due to caching. So that's something I was trying to take a look at. So we can take a look here at our load time, and on a repeated view it's 0.244 seconds, which is really fast. Our start running, our speed index 386 is a really good speed index score, and there you go. We have tested our speed with GTmetrix. I know our page speed score is very low, but that is just because of our images that we want to now test the caching. So we're not compressing them, we're not optimizing them, we're not scaling them. It's just pure large files. If we actually go take a look here, I've indicated This one is 289 kilobytes. This one is 1.03 megabytes, 3.4 and 9.96. So they are quite large, but as you saw, I can press here F5 and it's practically instant. Like I could hardly even tell. And that's awesome. So caching is done for images. A whole bunch of different things are cached. Really good performance. They give you all the necessary information. As I said, the live chat, I literally just clicked live chat and then I filled in all the details here explaining what was going wrong, what was my issues, and then I was a-okay. And I talked to them. It was a messaging system. I could easily just explain my scenario and the guy was able to tell me exactly what I needed to do, and for that, pretty awesome. And there you go, guys. So that's pretty much ASmallOrange, taking a look at all the different aspects of them, their overview page, etc, etc. All very nice, and for overall, I'll give them a big thumbs up. Would I use ASmallOrange? Most definitely. But now to take a look at what I liked and what I did not like. So what I did like was their quick shortcuts. That was very nice, very easy, simple. You know, if I wanted to get to emails, etc, etc. Also the email add-on, I like that quite a lot. If you wanted to quickly add an email, you could just type in what it is, bam, go. If you need to change any other information, you can do that later, but for a quick, simple, easy, put it out there, that was awesome. I like the add-ons, the Weebly add-on that was free, including also the Google AdWords credit. The Google AdWords credit is great for people who are starting up a blog or something and needs to get some exposure. Thirdly, the hosting information and the hosting overview. I really enjoyed the fact that they show you the IP address, the the server namespace, etc, etc. I really like that. Just also the overall look of the home page. When you take a look at all your hosting information, just the overall layout, it's very neat, it's very elegant, it doesn't feel cluttered in any way, yet everything is there for you to use, and it's simple and easy. Lastly, but definitely not the least, was their support. I give their support the biggest thumbs up ever. They were so helpful, they were quick, efficient. I mean, literally not even a minute, and I was in contact with someone. I gave them my support ticket, and from there it was just smooth sailing. Issue got resolved, so that was lovely. However, what I did not like, my dislikes, the fact that I was forced to sign up with a domain and then register a subdomain. Honestly, I would really much have preferred if I could just sign up with my subdomain and just go from there. But yes, because obviously that brought in issues, and that now was a day that I had to get that sorted out. So that was a definite hold up, which is unfortunate. The Weebly add-on. Now, I know I said I like the Weebly add-on, but there's one bug with it that I'm not too sure if they're aware of. What I did later is I went to this show me how, because I was having some issues with getting the Weebly going and working. So I went to the show me how and I said, okay, cool, show me how, and it was very nice. They pointed, okay, go here, select Weebly, purchase and activate. But because I'd already purchased and activated it previously on the 14th, now here it went and added it again. And then the IP address. Now this is this is a small one, but it's a little bit annoying because the IP address that they give me here is something totally different to the IP address I had to use. Now, so that's point number one. Number two, IP addresses are supposed to look like this. Not too sure if it's a bug or if it's maybe something they intended. But if we went to the control panel and we went and took a look at our advanced zone editor, the record IP address that is given here is not the same one that I get from using this IP address. So I'm not too sure if that's maybe a bug on my side or whatever, but the record that I used here was totally different. So that made it a bit odd for me. Luckily, their support was very on point, and the guy was able to direct me to the correct IP address. And then from there on, it was smooth sailings. But this was still a bit peculiar for me, and unfortunately, that added to the whole feel being a bit not as great as it could have been. Well, that does it for today's review of ASmallOrange. I hope you guys have a better idea of who you want to host your website.